What is going on, guys? It's Justin from the J Media back with another video. Today we're having an install video on my Lexus RCF. I'm pretty excited. Let's show you guys what we have. Alright, so what we have in this box is from Hirevsports. Let's go ahead and open it up and show you guys what we have in here. This is gonna be an exterior part on my Lexus RCF. Very nice packaging in the Hirevsports box. Little instruction manual. And off camera, I already kind of unpackaged one side. So let's show you guys what we have here. Alright, so check out what we have. Let's go ahead and remove this protective film. So if you guys still don't know what this is the daytime running light which will go on the exterior of the car. So currently we have the OEM setup, like the Nike logo. This is going to be right over here to replace the OEM setup. And before I go ahead and change it out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how the OEM DRLs look. So when I set up the car, daytime running light actually stays on. You guys might notice is yellow. OEM is actually not yellow, it's clear. I just put a yellow film on it. Let's go ahead and remove the film to show you guys how it really looks OEM. Alright, so just like that, the film is off. You guys can tell it is spec to clear. And if you guys notice, the design is pretty different. It has that old school kind of like LEDs, kind of dotted LEDs, versus the Hirevsports one looks a lot cleaner and a lot more modern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch on the car, switch on the DRLs, switch on the turn signals, and show you guys how it all looks before we go ahead and take off the bumper and replace it. So on the stock DRLs, all you got to do when you unlock the car, just flashes orange. This is with the OEM daytime running lights on. This is usually how it is on auto mode when I drive. You guys can see they are LED. However, if you look closer, kind of like little dots. And this is how it looks when I have the blinkers on, whether I'm, turning left or right, or if I have my emergency signal on. This is how it looks. It just flashes. So now that you guys saw how it looks with the OEM daytime running lights on, let's go ahead and take it off. So to do that, we do have to remove the front bumper. So I've never removed front bumper on my RCF, but I've done quite a few front bumper removals. Usually it's just bolt right here holding the fenders. You do have to pop the hood, a couple bolts right here, and then sometimes underneath as well. So hopefully pretty simple install to remove the front bumper. Alright, so I'm going to remove this part up here first. So Lexus makes it pretty easy. The OEM pins, you pretty much just push it in and it goes right in. You don't need any tools. If you do have replacement pins like this, you might need a flat tip screwdriver or a pry tool to remove it. But yeah, pretty much everything is loose. You can go ahead and take it off and remove this plastic piece. Just like that, 9 clips later, this plastic piece comes right out. And now that you have that plastic piece removed, let's just see what's holding the front bumper in place to the frame of the car. So you guys might notice a couple clips, probably some 10 mils, being a Japanese car. So yeah, let's go ahead and remove pretty much whatever is holding the bumper to the frame of the car. Alright, so pretty simple. I see a 10 mil right here, 10 mil in the middle, 10 mil right here. Just your ratchet, loosen it, and then on the sides right here, seems like there's 2 black clips. So you just want to use your Phillips like so, just to pry it. Comes right out. So same one for the other one as well. So you're gonna have 2 on each side. Alright, so now that you have those clips and bolts removed, you can see it's pretty loose on the top. So what I would recommend is have your wheels turn just so there's more room to go ahead and remove the bolt. So over here you can see a fender liner. This pops out. this clip, and then if you pull this fender liner back, it's gonna reveal a 10mm bolt right here. Alright, so once you remove that clip, the 10mm bolt, this fender should pop right out. Just be careful, just pry on it gently, just wiggle it a little bit. Little clip. There we go. 3 clips. You can see it's loose right now. Alright, one thing I would recommend is put some towels right here to protect it, because you definitely don't want your bumper scratching the paint on your fenders. So protect them both sides. And then you have to check out the car, because there are some clips underneath you have to remove. You might realize the side is loose, the top is loose, the bumper is still holding on for dear life. That's because there should be some screws underneath the car. Alright, so it's a lot looser now. So all you gotta do is just remove this piece. If you're able to wiggle it out without removing the whole front bumper, that's okay. So if you look over here from the back, it's fairly loose. We do have to disconnect the wire, so you just want to find out where this wire leads to underneath. Disconnect this wire right over here, this one right here. Okay, so if you look down here, if you're able to fit your hand underneath the daytime running light, there's this gray plug, and once you kind of get it out, you can use a needle nose pliers to get it out of the mount. All you gotta do is just disconnect it, which I already did. So this part should come loose, and the new setup should be just plug and play into this socket. Alright, so I got one side out. So there are actually 2 Phillips screws holding it in place. Let's go ahead and remove one side and show you guys where it is on the other side. Alright, so now that I have the DRL out, let me show you guys where it is on the back of it. So if you look over here, it's kind of tricky because everything seems like it's pretty loose, but if you see underneath right here, there's a hole. That's where Phillips screw is, and then there's another Phillips screw holding it right over here. So for reference, this is the passenger side. If you guys want to see where it is, let me show you guys where it is. So one is over here. You guys can see this right here. That's where the screw is connected to on the DRL, and the other one right over here. Alright, so now on to the driver's side. Let's show you guys where the screws are located. They're a little sneaky, almost hard to notice. So if you're looking on the back of the bumper, you guys see all the wiring over here. Let's show you guys where the screw is. Alright, so this is all the wiring from the DRL. First screw is right over here. This one right here, this shiny thing. Right here. Second screw is even harder to pinpoint, but it's all the way over there. So it's on the bottom as well. I think the best thing to do is I'm able to kind of feel for it. So DRL's right here. Put your hand. I'm able to feel for it right around here. So kind of like this area on the back of this. Alright, let's take a moment to appreciate how nice these new Hirevsports daytime running lights are. I didn't think that my OEM ones were bad, but right beside it, this is night and day difference. Nice and clear. One nice LED strip, definitely looks way more modern versus the OEMs. You guys can tell this is the old school LED technology. It's gonna be a night and day difference. It looks so much more modern. So with that being said, let's go ahead and throw on the new one. I'm just gonna do one side first so we can do a little comparison test. OEM versus the new aftermarket Hirevsports ones. Everything should be plug and play. It comes with the connection. So let's go ahead and hook it up and see how it looks. Alright, so before I go ahead and connect everything all back together, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna connect this right here, the wiring harness, OEM to the new off-the-market one. Plug it in, switch it on, make sure it works before I put all the bolts back in place. Alright, so let's go ahead and unlock the car. First unlock. Wow. Passenger side is the new Hirevsports startup animation versus the driver side is the OEM. I'm gonna lock it up. And we have the OEM whenever the blinker's on versus the Hirevsports in sequential. Wow, so you guys saw the difference. I think it looks amazing. Definitely a night and day difference. So all that's left to do right now is bolt out the passenger side, go ahead and remove the OEM one, swap it out, bolt everything back together, and show you guys the finished product. Alright, so just like that, the driver side is in. When you push it in, you want to hear a little clip. You should kind of have a little clip on this plastic teeth. There's a couple teeth right here, so you might hear it click a little bit. And then same thing, just go ahead and plug in to your wire harness, test it out, make sure it works before you bolt everything back on. Alright, let's go ahead and test it out again. Unlock. There we go, everything works. Wow, look at that startup animation. That's so cool. Wow. Okay, now all that's left to do is go ahead and bolt everything back up. Alright, so putting back the front bumper, like I said, you already made sure that it works. Right now you're going to lift the bumper. You definitely don't want any sag on the sides. So what I would recommend is trying to get all the middle part lined up. You have your holes, pretty easy to line up. Make sure everything's kind of lined up. If you have a second person, definitely helps. And then what you want to do is kind of lift it up, definitely not scratch your headlights. So lift it up from underneath, right? And then try to get it over, but don't scratch your fender. So make sure it clips in nice, there's no fender sag. Make sure everything's nice and tight. And then what I like to do before I bolt everything back, switch it on, make sure none of your connections came loose when you put the bumper back on, make sure it's not pinching any wires, make sure it works, and then bolt everything back together. And when you bolt everything back together, I like to do the sides on the fenders first, those two 10mm bolts. You can do the middle part, and then the bottom part, the last part. Alright, our install's all complete. So one thing I did notice in the box is there are some extra wires, so never have to use it. With the Lexus RC models, they do come with two different types. So depending on your model, whether it's the regular RC or RCF, mine comes with the triple beam headlights. Is one of the options from the factory, a more expensive option. They also have the other option, which I believe is just the, just the bulb, one bulb. And if you have the other option, I believe you might have to do some wire splicing or some wire tapping. In my case, no wire splicing needed, plug and play. So yeah, super excited. You guys can see this is a nice solid bright white DRL right now. It looks so much sleeker and newer. Alright, so hope you guys liked the DIY video. So if you guys own a Lexus RC model, make sure to check out Hirevsports. I do love the upgrade on the DRLs. If you guys didn't know, we also do have another part on the car from Hirevsports. So our tail lights also from Hirevsports. Little startup animation of my amazing tail lights. Love how they look, so much more modern, and love the startup animation. If you guys want to check out that install video, it is on the YouTube channel as well. So if you guys want to order your Hirevsports daytime running lights or your tail lights, make sure to go to the website or check them out on Instagram. They also do release products for a bunch of different cars, not just the Lexus RC platform. So make sure to stay tuned, check them out. I just love how it looks. It definitely changes up the whole look of the car, in my opinion. Modernizes the car, makes it brighter, startup animation makes it cooler. And if I were to rate this install from 1 to 10 in terms of ease of install, I'll probably rate this a 5. So fairly easy to kind of locate all your bolts. If you've taken off bumpers before, pretty easy. Those two little bolts were kind of hidden. You do have to kind of feel for it. So yeah, I mean, in my case, a little bit lazy. I didn't take off the whole front bumper, but if you were to take off front bumper, you might be able to see those two screws. Again, you could kind of feel it with your hand, get it loose. Pretty easy. All you really need is a Phillips 10 mil socket. And really, that's really all you need. So super easy install. Hope you guys like it. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll end it off with some B-roll cinematics for you guys. Catch you guys in the next video.